Hey peeps, what's up? Munchie here, back with another video. And if you're looking for an awesome keyboard application for your Android device, then Google Keyboard or Gboard is one of the best out there. Now in this video, I am going to show you 16 features of Google Keyboard or Gboard on your Android device, which might entice you to switch over from your current favorite keyboard to Google Keyboard or Gboard. And once I'm done showing you these 16 awesome features, I'm also going to show you how to install Google Keyboard or Gboard on your Android device. First up, we have gesture typing. So you actually don't have to type in all the characters. You can just slide across with your gestures at the beginning letter, at the ending alphabet, and it should be good to go. This is pretty good AI right here from Google on the Google keyboard. Another gesture which you should be aware of is if you start from the up or the caps button here, which is the shift key, the one with the up arrow, the first letter which you go to will be automatically in caps. So that is another awesome nifty feature which is present in the Google keyboard on your Android device. Next up, if there's nobody around you, you don't want to be typing, press this mic icon on the top right, and now you have voice typing kicking in. Again, the voice recognition from Google is pretty awesome, and of course, you can say things like heart emoji, fire emoji, clear. You see, awesome features by Google present on the Google keyboard. Now, do note you can say question mark, clear, clear all. Pretty dope, right? Yep, doesn't get any better than this. Next up, if you do not like the color scheme on your Google keyboard, do note with Android 12 and above, the keyboard is going to adapt to the Material You colors. So as you can see right now, we have this bluish color theme going on. Let us go into wallpapers and style and say I do not like that bluish thing. I want some other color. Let us say I want this greenish one over here. So I use this one, and now if I go back to the keyboard, open it one more time, bam, there it is. You can see we now have the prominent greenish theme going on. Now do note, for this to work you have to go into the keyboard settings, go into theme section, and make sure you have selected dynamic color for it to adapt to the Android 12 and above Material You. Now in case you want a specific color, let us say you are in the Christmas mood, you want the color red, you can of course enable or disable the key borders using this toggle, and then you say apply, and now if I go back to my keyboard, bam, here it is. We now have the color red as an awesome color for the Google keyboard on my Android device. The next awesome feature which is present in Google Keyboard on your Android device is something which you can call shortcuts or abbreviations. So let us say there is a certain phrase which you use all the time in your messages, or say you have to type in your email address, your physical address, something which is like long and a pain to type. You can actually create a shortcut or an abbreviation for that. So here it is. I have created one for CUW, and then I get this option over here. I select this, I get my phrase. Now how do you set this up? So you will go into the keyboard settings one more time. Now once you are in the settings section, you will go into dictionary. Herein, go into personal dictionary, select whatever language you are using, and bam, here it is. Tap on the plus sign. This is the full word you type in, and this here is the shortcut. And as you can see, I have CUW set as see you when I see you. Then if you are a numbers person and you like your fractions, you type in a lot of fractions, well, if you move over to the numeric keypad and herein press and hold on any number, you will see you have the option of getting the fractions in there in a jiffy without having to type in or go through the slash and then like the other character. Bam, here it is, working like a boss. Then you also have a pretty cool cursor Control. So let us say you want to go to a specific word. Now, how do you do that? Well, press and hold on the keyboard, and now if I move my finger, you will see that the cursor is moving to the beginning and to the end of the words. But again, you have to press and hold on the keyboard and then move your finger. So a pretty cool feature present in the Google keyboard. Another nifty feature which is present with respect to your space bar is, let us say you're typing something and then you want to end the sentence. You double tap and you will get a full stop and a space. So now you can move over to the next word which you are going to type in. So again, you double tap on the keyboard, you will get a full stop followed by a space. Next up, the Google keyboard also comes with one-handed mode. So let us say you have a phone which is pretty big and pretty wide and you want to use it with one hand, you want to type it in. Well, all you need to do is press and hold on this arrow on the bottom right and then tap this option. Bam, here it is. This is your one-handed mode. Now you can move it to the right or to the left using the arrow key. Then if you do not like this position, you tap on this option over here and now you can move the keyboard around. Once you're satisfied, tap on the check mark. Bam, here it is. This is where my keyboard is. You want to go back to the normal mode, tap on the four arrows going outward. Bam, here it is, your normal keyboard. And you also have this very same shortcut over here as well. So this here will enable and disable one-handed mode. If you do not see in the top bar, tap on this three dot menu and it should be in the bottom over here. Next up, let us say you are in landscape mode. You're typing something, a message, talking to somebody. The keyboard here is taking almost all of the screen real estate. How do you fix that? Well, pretty easy fix. You tap on this three dot menu, go into floating. Bam, here it is. The keyboard is now floating. If you press and hold over here, you can actually move it around and you will also see some lines on the edges which will let you resize this keyboard as well. And again, this will work in portrait mode also. So a pretty nifty feature. And to bring it back, you just drag and drop it over here. You see a red light, bam, here it is. The keyboard is back to its normal position from the floating keyboard. Then let us say one day you wake up and you're like, hey, what if I had an Android device with a S Pen? How cool would it be to use my handwriting for typing in my messages instead of tapping on the keys? Well, you can actually do that with your Google keyboard. So we will go into the settings. Once we are in the settings option, we will go into languages. Herein select add keyboard. Select whatever language you want to, and here it is. You have QWERTY and you also have handwriting. So we're going to say done over here. And now when I go back, here we are back on our traditional QWERTY keyboard. How do you switch over to the handwriting one which we just added? So press and hold on the keyboard here. It is telling me English. I will get a pop-up. I say English US handwriting, and then whatever I want to write, I can type it in over here, and bam, there it is. How are you? Pretty cool, right? Then the other cool feature which is present in Google Keyboard on your Android device is the ability to translate in real time. So you see this option over here, tap on this one and now you can choose your source language and your target language. So whatever I type in English is going to be translated in whatever is chosen over here, and you have a bunch of different options which are available. So let us say I type in hello, how are you? This is now being translated into Hindi in real time. Next up, let us say you copy something from somewhere and then you copy something else from somewhere else and then you copy something else from somewhere else. If you try to paste, you would think that you would only get the last one you copied, right? But what if you want to access the ones before that? Well, for starters, let us tap on the three dot menu on our keyboard, go into Clipboard. Then you need to turn on this Clipboard option, and this is the recent one over here which I have, which is GitHub. But let us say I go to the recents and I say copy this image. Then I go back to my recents and I say copy the word theme. and then I go back to my Gboard and here and tap on this arrow and then tap on the three dot menu, go into Clipboard, bam, here it is. You can see I can use GitHub, I can use theme, and I can also paste this image in case I want to. So yes, you do have a pretty cool clipboard present on the Gboard application on your Android device. Another nifty feature which is present in Google Keyboard is a text editor. So let us say you have a wall of text and you want to move the cursor around. It can be super difficult if you're going to use just this key. So what do? You tap on the three dot menu one more time and here and you go into text editing. Now you have a mouse kind of situation over here. So you can go up, you can go down, you can go right, and you can also go left. Then if you start the select option, now if I go left, it is going to select it, and then you can cut, copy and paste. Similarly, you can go to the top of the page and to the bottom of the page as well. And before I forget, let us say you have to delete a word. You can always like tap on the delete button multiple times to delete the word. Or the other option is you press and hold on the delete and then swipe towards the M. So bam, there it is. You see, we are now deleting words. So you press and hold on the delete and swipe towards the M. That will delete the whole word instead of you having to tap the delete button multiple times. And the last nifty feature which is present in Gboard or Google Keyboard on your Android device is multilingual typing. So for that, let us go into settings. But before that, notice on the spacebar, it only says English. So let us go into settings, languages, add keyboard. Let us say I want to add Spanish. Once you add a language, make sure you enable the toggle for multilingual and then say done. Once this is done, if I go back to my Gboard, for starters, you will notice that it says EN and ES. So EN is for English and ES is for Spanish. Now, if say I type in HOLA, so I get hola, which is hello in Spanish. And if I type in COM, I should get como. So here it is. Como is another Spanish word, and of course, you will also get your English suggestions as well. So you can actually use multiple keyboards at the same time on your Google keyboard. And before you ask me, hey Manchi, I am impressed with the Google Keyboard or Gboard and I want to switch to it on my Android device. How do I do that? Well, it is pretty easy. You go to the Play Store and herein you search for Gboard. Once you search for Gboard, then you select the option of Gboard and Google Keyboard should show up. You go ahead and install it. Then you can go into Settings, System, Languages and Input, On-Screen Keyboard, enable the Gboard application, and once you've done that, you can always go to your application drawer, select Gboard, choose select input method. Over here say Gboard, then done. These are your preferences for Gboard or Google Keyboard. But now if you head over to your application which has a keyboard, it should switch over to the Google Keyboard or Gboard on your Android device.